Hi everyone, it's Mishka, Mishka and Mishka Shirt, and welcome back. Since you guys already have noticed that this title, I was rushed to the hospital due to my abdominal pains, and I didn't realize it. You see, this happened on a Saturday night, and everything was a real big rush for me. But I wasn't rushing to get back home safely. I was trying my best just to ensure everything's all good to go for the Saturday evening. Although I was supposed to clock out at 6:30. But before that, something crazy did happen back in the mall where I work at. So, it all happened with these young crazy teenagers in front of Starbucks, and I happened to encounter this kind of damage before they just run off out the scene. They ran all the way down to the center court where the restaurant district might be, and I had to immediately call security. And security finally have, the police officers there. And while I was cleaning everything up, and I tried to do my best I could, but I am gotten really concerned about what those teenagers boys were talking about and who's doing what to who. I was like, I'm missing out all, but I know it's not my business, but we want to ensure for everyone's safety that nothing like this will ever happen again. I know it's been happening for the past few weeks, and for me, some coworkers before that, and a few days before the past Saturday evening, they weren't getting along as much as I found out. So is the temporary workers that I found out as well. It really makes me feel really uncomfortable. I don't want to be a part of this confrontation, even when they didn't know I have anxiety disorders. And especially due to that, I had the overwhelming empathy without ever even realizing that it got me overwhelmed to a point that I nearly fainted, and I got heat exhaustion. That I didn't know, and I may not know as much. And I'm starting to feel really scared that if things get a little too far and way out of hand, this can't make us lose our jobs. And because we're not doing something right and do something immediately to keep this prevented, I would easily lose my job too as well. So instead of just being a standby by a distance, even though it was really, really chilly that very evening, I decided to get my dustpan in my room and still have a walkie-talkie, what we call the radio. And I had my gloves and just went outside so I could clean up the mess that's been left out. And of course, I was so appalled. Those teenager boys, they were all super mad, accusing who's doing what to who, but all this about movie tickets. And my only guess is not just the same day at the other two movies that came out about the Harley Quinn and the photograph, but mostly Sonic the Hedgehog, and I was so unsure. And I'm so confused, super confused in fact. They're arguing all this about movie tickets, and that's what they're all been fighting about, or who's still what, or who's stealing money. I am super shocked, and it caught my strange vibe that I had ever since just before that hour, around 5 p.m.-ish. I was trying my best to calm myself down, but with that stress, it got me really appalled, and it made me feel really embarrassed to watch young teenager boys having that kind of real bad behavior coming up from coworkers who didn't agree with one another. And yet, most of all importantly, I didn't expect them to get a little too far and want them to say whatever right in front of the security guards, the security director, who's also one of the good ally to my boss in the mall management. I was really shocked. Usually it was just coldness from those young teenagers, but usually getting that from other adults who works at the same job and adults outside the mall. I was so super appalled, and yet really scared. But instead just immediately apologized to everyone in the middle of the public community, which it kind of scared half of the customers away, which I noticed after all the running stampede from Starbucks all the way out to the restaurant district. Before I had to call security, The security guards, police officers, and security director, they ended up kicking them out of the mall, and I just really felt really relieved that all this had stopped. But even though they still continue a little bit too loud, a little too far, right in the middle of the parking lot, yet I felt like I had the need to talk to them after I finished cleaning up all the things, and I was still standing by and trying to observe what was going on. And I know it's not my business, but everything that happened by those young teenagers, they're starting to get the exact same behavior coming out from my coworkers, not just the ones who are still working there, but those from previously when I started working there ever since around November 2016. It's like once they finally get out, their whole full of flame and fire, that backfire behaviors are totally out. And yet, even trying to hold on to this strange feeling in my appendix or my stomach or up here, I felt a little bit of relief once in a while. When I talked to my security director, like the next time they really want to be a part of the mall and they get the urge to do that, I think about my actions and I look up the surveillance cameras first. Think of my actions before I do anything if I were a teenager, like those boys. Because I already know it got a little too far. But I don't know who gave out the idea exactly. But still, as much as I'm trying to calm myself down with the overwhelming negativity caused by those teenager boys who's getting it from somebody else that me and some certain anonymous we didn't know about, it still started to make me feel so shocked, and I felt like still in a enigma, and I end up hiding in my safe sanctuary like I usually do. And it made me feel so calm a little bit. While I try my best just to hold on to this strange aching and throbbing feeling in my upper part of my body, well, in my stomach, my appendix, or whatever, I try my best just to take a deep breath and calm down and think about positive things while I had to clean the inside of a corridor, which is okay in between, far away from the Starbucks and already down inside of the Buckle and Hot Topic. Yet I can't really say what's the name of these corridor, but I'm not gonna reveal it anytime soon. But yet, after I was trying my best to calm myself down and I already finished a little bit of task inside the corridor, I just had to immediately use the bathroom. And I know one of my coworkers were noticing that I'm working a little bit late because it's past 6:30 and it was 7 o'clock p.m.-ish. She told me that it's okay, we got it, after I tried to explain to them I'll be able to help them out. But she said it's okay, we all got it. But before I was about to, I said thank you to her and I was about to head out. I immediately grabbed all my clean cart along with my backpack and I was about to head straight for the break room. So what really did happen is that I got a call from security from the walkie-talkie saying that there was some kind of spill in front of the corridor that I came out from, where Hot Topic might be. And of course, one of the co-workers, different one, from locating of the food court, she asked me if I can get that. I tried to calm myself down, but due to the overwhelming feeling, I feel so shaky, I feel so overwhelmed, and I felt so really not so sure how I can actually handle this kind of gut feeling. I immediately calmed myself down and said, no worries, I'll get it. And I was slowly trying to head back all the way back where I came from. But then